First to proclaim, last to sign. Cochin, celebrating 75 years of Indian independence. The importance of 29th May in the history of Cochin, Kerala and India. India is celebrating 75 years of independence, and Cochin is written in the Indian history with golden words. In this video, we will see the importance of May 29th, 1949 in Indian history, especially in Cochin's and Kerala's history. Princely state of Cochin was the first to proclaim its union with India and became the last princely state to sign the document of accession to India. Listen on to this video to know more about what happened on May 29, 1949 at Cochin. Erstwhile Kingdom of Cochin, also previously known as Perimbadappu Swarupam, in the present state of Kerala in India, whose dominance at a time extended from Kollam or Koilon in south of Kerala to Bharatapuzha or Nila, the river Nila in the north of Kerala, and has a long history. History of Cochin is very vague before the advent of Europeans in India, but based on different versions of history, Perimbadappu Swarupam or erstwhile Cochin royal family's origin would be either in the 5th century or the 8th century or the 12th century CE. And based on respective versions, the unbroken reign of Perimbadappu Swarupam could have been for 1600 years or 1300 years or 900 years, when it ended in 1949. Regardless, when you compare this with the other princely reigns in India and across the world, this is an exceptionally long time. And to survive for such long time, even after being attacked constantly from all sides and then shrinking to a smaller size, the family would have had something special, something which no others had, to keep their kingdom's prominence and importance to Europeans and Indians all along. You may call it diplomacy, tactfulness, character, supremacy, or even God's grace. You will never know, or at least not yet. Let us now focus on the importance of May 29th, 1949 and its importance in the Indian history. May the 29th, 1949 marked the beginning of the end of Perimbadappu Swarupam's reign in Kerala, when the then Maharaja of Cochin, Ramavarma Kunjuni Thampuran, popularly known as Parikshit Thampuran, signed the draft of the covenant for integration of princely states of Cochin and Travancore with India, and eventually on the 1st of July 1949, the princely state of Cochin ceased to exist and merged with princely state of Travancore to become United States of Travancore and Cochin. The Maharaja of Cochin, or the Valiya Thampuran of Perimbadappu Swarupam, gave way for his people for nothing in return, so that the people of Cochin could lead a larger life. I will do a detailed video on that later and why it is especially important. This video is to detail about the occurrences of 29th May 1949, citing some newspaper reports and Sri V.P. Menon's reminiscences from the book The Story of Integration of Indian States. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, was tasked with the role of integrating all princely states, apart from one. Sardar Patel completed his responsibility along with his trusted lieutenant, Sri Vapala Panguni Menon, or simply called as V.P. Menon. Cochin and Travancore were the last two princely states to sign the integration treaty, and Maharaja of Cochin was the last ruler to sign. I don't know whether it is an irony or just a coincidence or something else, But the Maharaja of Cochin in 1946, the then Maharaja Keralavarma Thampuran, popularly known as Aikya Keralam Thampuran or B.A. Thampuran, was the first in among 550 odd princely states of India to proclaim in 1946 that if at all India and princely states are given independence by British, Cochin will join Indian Union without any demands. This was a time when all other princely states of India hadn't even started thinking about post-British era. On hearing the news of this proclamation, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru famously said, I quote, "If disintegration of India started from the north, the integration starts from the south." I'll do a detailed video of proclamation of 1946 later. And on May 29, 1949, Cochin became the last princely state to put signature on the covenant. Maharaja of Cochin, Sri Parikshit Thampuran, along with the then Premier Ikanda warrior, travelled to Thiruvananthapuram on May 25, 1949 to meet with B.P. Menon and Maharaja of Travancore. They had a 90-minute meeting on May 25th to discuss the draft provisions of the covenant for the integration of two states. On 26th, the Maharaja met V.P. Menon individually as well, and V.P. Menon met the Prime Ministers of two states as well. Maharaja of Cochin returned to Cochin on 26th May 1949 by plane from Travancore. Maharaja of Travancore signed the covenant of integration on the 27th of May 1949, and later that evening, Sri V.P. Menon travelled to Cochin. May 28th saw discussions between V.P. Menon, senior members of Cochin royal family, and the Maharaja about the future status of the family and the privy purse. It was decided that Maharaja of Cochin would sign the document of accession at 11:30 on 29th May 1949. The scene for historic ceremony was the Hill Palace, Tripurnithura. The Maharaja of Cochin, 73-year-old Ramavarma Kunjani Thampuran, also known as Parikshit Thampuran, along with senior members of the family and his consort Ityanate Kautiamma Nethyarama were also present on the occasion. The event took place in the Daba Hall of Hill Palace, Tripurnithura, Cochin. Sri V.P. Menon and others, including Prime Minister of Cochin, Sri Ikanda warrior, and his ministers were present at the palace. The Maharaja, accompanied by his usual courtiers, Private Secretary Kunjikadavu Thampuran, and Superintendent Sri Elamanahari, entered the hall, followed by V.P. Menon and others. There on a table was kept a lighted lamp, the traditional Nilavilakku, and a silver bowl of coins. The Maharaja went straight to the table and meditated for a few minutes in front of the lamp, slightly touching the bowl. The occasion was profound and there was an airy silence. Then the Maharaja took a seat along with others. As Sri V.P. Menon placed the covenant for signature, the Maharaja opened the cap of his fountain pen, but just before signing, he replaced the cap, put down the pen, and continued to sit motionless. A while later, Sri V.P. Menon reminded the Maharaja about the signature, but then realized that the Maharaja was saying a prayer. Sri V.P. Menon felt considerably embarrassed and waited till the Maharaja finished. The Maharaja smiled and told Sri V.P. Menon that he was ready to sign the document. The Maharaja explained that he was praying to Lord Sri Purnathareja, the family deity of Cochin royal family, to look after the people of Cochin and the royal family in this new beginning. Finally, the Maharaja affixed his signature to the draft covenant, paving way for formation of a union of states of Cochin and Travancore, and everybody shook hands. Sri V.P. Menon then assured the Maharaja that the government of India would see that his dignity and prestige would be fully supported and that he would have no cause to regret the decision he had taken. The Maharaja then met the ministers and told them that in future it would be for them to look after the people of Cochin and the ruling family. The Prime Minister assured the Maharaja that he would carry out his wishes to the best of his ability. May 29, 1949 is a landmark for the people of Cochin and Kerala, the first princely state in India to proclaim their willingness to join Indian Union in 1946 and the last princely state to sign the document of accession. A day to be remembered and one of the longest ruling dynasties in India, self-effaced for their beloved people, holding their family motto high, Manam Kuladhanam Hina. Honor is our family treasure. Thank you everyone. I hope you all have enjoyed watching this video. Please like, subscribe and share. See you in the next video.